Oceania Marina has recently had a refit and we were invited to take a look round. Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together. So yes, Oceania Marina, first impressions. Let's see what we can see.
Well, as you said on the introduction, Linz, today we're taking a look round the Oceania Marina and giving our first impressions.
Yes.
Now, this is the first time we've ever been on an Oceania cruise line.
Well, this is the first time we've ever been on a luxury small ship.
Yeah. I mean, it's relatively small. It's 1,250 passengers, 800-ish crew.
Yeah.
So it's still about 2,000. So it's not tiny.
No.
But it's certainly smaller than other ones we've been on.
Yes, there was a man jumping there. There were other people on board that had been invited.
There were. So if you see random things such as that, that's not the normal passengers on there. Whatever that means. We've started up on the sort of fitness track area, which is above the pool. We'll have a look down there in a second. It's a really lovely ship. The weather don't do it justice today.
Well, it is Southampton, it is the UK.
And it is summer.
And it is summer. Saying that, it's sunny today, which is lovely.
Where we are now, not there.
No.
Although we did well. It didn't rain while we were walking around.
It did not rain.
So we will definitely take that.
Yeah.
Now, it's not our normal ship tour because I've sort of cut in some of the footage where we're having a look around the Penthouse Suite.
Nice.
As well as when we're trying some of the food in the restaurant as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a little bit of a mixed bag of things.
Oh.
Now, while I were filming this, you were off having a wander yourself as well. What was your initial feeling of Oceania?
You said a wander. I wandered to the coffee house and I sat with a lovely coffee and I looked over the ship and I people watched.
And your first impressions of that coffee and people watching?
Well, I mean, do you want me to say now?
Well, how was the coffee?
It was nice. It was. I didn't have to pay, well, so I'd include it.
Yeah, we were hosted to come on this.
We were hosted.
Yeah,
we had to pay to drive down there and pay for a hotel to stay overnight. So that's not hosted.
No, we were invited on there. We didn't pay to go on this bit, but we were only on there for 5 hours.
Yes.
But it gave us enough time to have a good look around the ship and get a first impression, which is what this is. One of the things that I really did like is the quality of the beds and the mattresses that they've got on them for sort of laying out on the sunbeds.
Oh, it was so plush.
They were
so
really
thick.
nice.
The toweling was so cosy. Oh my, they can definitely have a point for the sun loungers.
They can. And it's one of those things that you spot very quickly on a luxury ship.
I think
compared to normal.
Yeah, a sun lounger reveals a lot to me about the type of ship or resort you're staying in. There's a lot to tell from a sun lounger.
I think there's an awful lot to tell from that. Well, just while we wander up the steps, would you like to invite people to subscribe?
I mean, why wouldn't you? Thank you, as always, if you already have done. Honestly, it does make my day. But yes, thank you.
And if you'd also like to follow along on other social media, such as Instagram, TikTok, or our Facebook group, you can often see things when we're on the ship, because that's where we post. Obviously, YouTube's a little bit after the event. Anyway, we're now up at the top of the ship, as you can see. So we're looking down on everything else.
Yeah.
And this is their sort of sports. It's got a golf driving range. It's got a paddle court and a pickleball. Yeah. And it's got a really nice putting green.
This is the first time I'm seeing it.
So that's both paddleball and pickleball.
That's a lie. I watched Ken and Lindsay's on Ken Goes Cruising. I saw a bit.
So you have seen a little bit of it.
Yeah, but I've not seen it from this angle, darling.
Well, that's good. I thought they were really nice little...
It's cute,
course.
Yeah.
Now, there's a little logo on there that says Sawgrass. Now, I don't know if that means it's anything to do with TPC Sawgrass Golf Course or whether that's the company that made it or what. But either way, it were a really nice putting green. And we would definitely come play on here if we were on this ship.
Yes.
You sound confident in that.
Why we went off on some golf talk there, darling. Wow.
Well, somebody might be interested in it. They might go, why did you zoom in on that plaque that said Sawgrass? And it's because I didn't know whether it was related.
Okay. I'll shut up.
Anyway, you don't shut up too much because it'll make for a really dull commentary.
I've got to point out, it's really hot in the UK right now, and I hardly slept last night. So I might be a bit spiky today.
Oh, don't be spiky, Lindsay.
I won't be spiky. I'll try not to be spiky.
Yeah, and you've got your drink.
It's only orange juice.
That's why you're spiky.
Probably why.
Your drink didn't get spiked. I couldn't get my words out then.
Oh.
Anyway, back down sort of off sort of that top deck and into inside now. There is a lot of art on board.
A lot of art.
Pretty much everywhere you turn.
Yeah, and it was nice art. I mean, I'm no expert.
You know what you like. The area that we're coming to on the left there, that's one of the smoking areas. Because we're coming over to sort of one of the main sort of venues within here. I found it strange that it had a smoking venue inside sort of a major entertainment hub where there were no doors into it.
No, that is weird.
Because
we
even
could
though
smell it.
we could, and there were no passengers on, this were changeover day, so the passengers were just getting on, and this was earlier on in the day. We could smell it at that point, and we assume they've got filtering and air fresheners and stuff like that. Now, neither of us have ever smoked, so maybe we're a bit more sensitive on that. But it did seem weird that it were open to flow through into that sort of area.
Yeah, that is unusual.
Because the other area where you can smoke on the ship was much smaller and sort of tucked away. It just seemed a strange thing. What did you think of this venue?
When we arrived, I liked it because they had champagne and mimosas available.
I don't know if that's normal for everybody.
No, but I liked it. It was a nice warm welcome. I thought the furniture was very nice.
It was really comfy, wasn't it?
Very plush, very plush. The carpets are all lovely. I mean, interior-wise,
you can't fault it, can
it's beautiful.
And I think, going back to what you said about the sun loungers, and you can tell the quality of a ship by looking at the sun lounger, and you can also tell it from that sort of interior furnishing.
Did you film the strap-on cushions? Because I really took to them.
I did film that.
Oh, I loved them. They were leather.
And are you going to see yourself doing that in a minute? But yeah, the area that we were just in there were called Horizons, and I say that's like their sort of Commodore clubby type area on Cunard.
So, yeah.
But they have live music in there, quizzes, enrichment talks. Really nice bar as well. But we're going down a deck. We're going to go up and down quite a few times as we're sort of wandering around a little bit.
Okay.
And it's not because the ship's, as you like to refer to it, an uppy-downy ship. It's just as I filmed it. Yeah, it's just, I had 5 hours, so it says I can whiz through. The Aquamer spa area.
Okay.
I think that's how you pronounce it. Much bigger gym than I expected for this size ship.
Yeah.
And it has a big class area at the side, which you'll see when I get to the far end. There was someone in there at the time that I went in, so I couldn't go in and really film, but you'll see where someone stood.
So there's not many passengers on, but they are.
There's not. And where you can see someone's working out at the very far end, that's where they run classes in there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected that sort of size area on this size ship.
No, you're quite right.
You know, we've been on much bigger ships that have got much smaller gyms and have no class areas.
No, that's true.
One of the bits that I did think were a nice little touch, and you'll see it in a few seconds there, is the free cold drinks in there, including sort of the like your sort of Powerade type ones for when you're working out.
They've got electrolytes in, haven't they?
Look at you saying it like you know what they mean.
I know exactly what it means. It means if you drink a load of them, you don't get as hungover in the morning.
It's exactly what it means.
As far as I'm concerned.
It's a recovery drink for you. Nothing to do with fitness. So we're coming back out of this into the sort of main spa area where it's got the usual hair salon and nails and various other bits that you would expect to find. Still a decent size on what is from our impression, a smaller ship.
Yeah.
So I was very impressed with how much space they've allocated to the spa area. Now, if you go in the spa, or if you're in the suite class, I think penthouse and above, you have access to the outside area that we're going to in a second.
Lovely, yes.
If not, you pay, and I think they said it was $10 a day.
Oh no, I'm going to say $25.
Okay, it might have been 25.
Either way, it wasn't crazy. I was going to swear then. It wasn't celebrity pricing.
No, it definitely wasn't expensive for getting into this area. But we had a wander out here at this point. How was the hot tub you put your hand in here? Doing your little test.
It was nice.
Well, lovely. You avoided the temptation to throw yourself in there. But yeah, this area out here, if you've gone into the spa for the day, you get access in here.
Yes.
If you are a suite guest at Penthouse or above, you get in here as well.
Yes.
I thought this were a lovely space.
Gorgeous, yeah. And
Obviously not that great this day.
no, but I like, again, lovely, lovely furniture, really lovely area. Yeah, plants. I liked it. Teak floor.
They did tell us that they do have mattresses that they put out on them.
Yes.
They're not just normally the wicker that you lie on.
No.
And that's sort of entrance to it at the other side, so you've got two ways in and out. Your card, if you've got suite access to it, automatically opens them. And some more heated beds as well. So again, if you haven't have some of those electrolytes, maybe that's a good place to go.
Electrolytes on a heated bed?
Well, no, if you're having to drink them for a particular reason, you might want to go just lay out on one of those beds for a little bit.
No, because they draw the water out of you.
I think they draw the sweat.
No, they draw something out of you.
They definitely. It's probably the excess alcohol.
If only that was true.
They had cupping as well. that may have also drawn stuff out of there. But what did you think of the spa area generally? What were your first impressions of that?
I thought it was very nice. The perfect place for if you've had a bit of a heavy-duty evening.
To go chill out a bit.
Cupping.
go have some cupping. I didn't. Did you see the prices in there? I didn't.
No.
So I can't comment on what that was like then. I would imagine it's usual cruise ship spa pricing.
Pricey.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going back outside. Little table tennis area. Always appreciate a little table tennis. But that bit when we walked out of there reminded me when we came out of Queen Elizabeth on Cunard. That had that little table tennis area.
Yeah, you're quite right there, yeah.
Again, some lovely furniture. We saw just on the right there that bench, and there's loads like that are just sort of. You can tell it's not cheap.
You can tell it's not a. It's a look.
You can tell you're on a more luxurious cruise ship than sort of that more entry level.
Yeah. Yeah. The sun loungers say it all.
They do. And Lindsay.
If only that was true.
Okay. I mean, a little bit walk back inside now.
Yeah.
Because we've got the Culinary Centre in here.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, when we went in there, the executive chef had locked it and we couldn't get into it.
Yeah, so what do you do in there?
Learn to cook.
Learn to cook?
Yeah, you don't learn to cook from scratch. You've got a chef and they'll take you through dishes that are for the region that you're in. Okay. So if you're in Greece, for instance, you'll be taught classic Greek. Yeah, probably more advanced than just a Greek salad, but maybe that is one of them. But they teach you for the region. That is advanced for you. Cucumber.
Okay.
But yeah.
Hendrix,
yeah. I don't think that's necessarily in that element.
I'm not a cook. I'd just like to point out I don't cook.
No, I do the cooking.
You do the cooking.
Back to the pool.
Nice.
First impressions?
I'd never put my hand in it.
Assuming it was heated. I didn't put my hand in it as well.
I can't believe it. I didn't touch it.
Well, you weren't there at that point.
I was in the vicinity at some point.
You were, and still didn't touch. Lovely little bar area. There's no shortage of sort of bars in close proximity to where you're going to hang out either in any particular area.
No, not at all.
You know, because we've been on some other ships recently where
it's such a trek.
Yeah, where they've just not been there. So again, lovely sun lounges. A couple of hot tubs at the far end.
Yeah.
Which didn't check them, but again, I assume that they're a lovely, nice temperature.
I think I just saw some steam coming off, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah, especially when it's summer. And we'll use that in quotation marks. Yeah. Right, the bit that we're coming up to on the left in a second is one of the new refit areas.
Okay.
So they've put in a fancy new ice cream area that also does milk and malt shakes. And the ice cream in here is apparently a real speciality one. I can't remember the name of the person who did it. We didn't try it, but we did see other people trying it, and they said it was lovely.
Yeah.
The area that we're walking through here, which is the wake area where you can sit out for lunch, in an evening, this becomes an Italian trattoria. Did I say that right?
I'm thinking pizza.
Well, it may do pizza, but it does speciality Italian dishes as well as apparently amazing chicken wings.
Okay.
Which I don't necessarily put with an Italian restaurant. But yeah, it transforms in an evening.
Okay.
So we were in there during the day, so we didn't get to see it transform into the evening. But that's one of the new bits that they've added in there as well. During the day, you've got access to sort of this burgerish area.
Burgerish?
Yeah, because I say burgerish. When we've been on other ones, you get a burger, a piece of cheese, some salad. That's your burger. As you'll see on the menu here, and these are all included, theirs are a little bit fancier.
Yeah, very fancy.
Including surf and turf, a Wagyu beef patty with lobster.
I think there was a supplement for that one.
No.
No.
There was no supplement.
No supplement.
I know. Guess what? I'd be having that lunchtime.
Yes.
Which, again, is one of those bits that if you're just looking for what's the difference between this and another cruise line, when we go into the buffet area here, the terrace cafe as they refer to it, the quality of the food that were in there, we were both amazed when we were walking around it.
Yeah, we were.
How good were the cheese plates as well?
Oh.
I mean, you're going to see for yourself in a second.
I love cheese.
But it were absolutely fantastic. All the food, as you would expect, is made fresh. So they don't have huge portions on there. And they'll keep bringing out fresh ones. So you don't have these massive vats of sort of prawn curry.
No, sorry, I'm just thinking about cheese.
Do your mind just gone off on that?
Yeah, I was like, should we go to the cheese place?
Well, when I was walking around, it's not on video. You're on this bit here. As I was walking through later on, one of the staff came out with this massive cheese plate, and the cheese was so gooey as you were taking it off. I'm like, But you can tell just how good the quality is here. A lot of it's served to you. There are areas where you can get bits yourself, but the majority of it is sort of served. I say you can go get bits there as well yourself.
Yeah.
But really impressive.
Look at the furniture again.
Yeah, really, really good. We compared it when we went on to the quality that we saw on Celebrity Apex. It's a smaller buffet, but it's a smaller shape.
Yeah.
Look at that cheese on. Just a quiet moment for a cheese reflection.
What?
Yeah, we didn't get to have any of that. More of that lovely ice cream as well.
Cheese.
That's it. Humphrey Slocum.
Okay.
It's Mrs. Slocum's son.
Oh,
done well for himself.
I was going to say the cat word, then I won't.
If you're British and of a certain age, you will get that reference. If you're not,
it's a worldwide reference. Actually.
What are you being said was?
No, the cat reference.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, we're not going to say the cat reference on here. Moving on rapidly from that awkward
cheese. Back to the cheese.
Nice area right at the back, behind the buffet area.
A nice area right at the back. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Look, look for cheese. I like a good rear.
Aft.
A good aft area.
Oh, don't do it now. Where's the cheese?
We're walking back past it again now.
Oh.
Really, really good quality.
Show me the cheese.
I was so impressed when we were looking through there. One of the first bits that we saw as we were coming in were sort of a seafoody curry type one, and all the quality ingredients in it. The very first thing I saw, I'm like, yeah, this is a different level of buffet to what you see on sort of your more mainstream cruise lines.
Oh, yes.
Very, very different.
Where's the cheese?
And again, like you said, quality of the furnishing. It doesn't look like a buffet area.
No.
Now, you will see quite a few of these sail and sustain bits around.
Okay.
For which do water at room temperature and chilled, etc. When you go into your cabin, there's a water bottle in there for you to take around with you. So you'll see it when we go down into there.
Yeah.
Another new area.
Okay.
So this is the Aquamare restaurant
Aquamare.
Aquamare, I think it is, isn't it?
I don't know. It sounds like you're having a night, some kind of mare.
So some water nightmare.
I had the right Aquamare last night.
Now, it does sound like. Now, according to our friends Ken and Lindsay,
Yes.
this previously was a French restaurant.
Okay.
And it's now been turned into a more healthy one. But it still has a big area for wine and champagne.
Good.
So, and cocktails.
Oh,
so at least they didn't go daft.
Oh, my
You can have a healthier meal and still plenty of tasty cocktails.
I like this.
Talking of drinks, and we'll come back onto it a little bit later on, your drinks are included when you're on Oceania, but there is an upgrade option. I'll come back down to it when I go past it.
Okay.
So you can have all the cocktails.
Nice.
I'm questioning myself whether it is called Aquamare now.
What's it called?
Aquamare.
So you're not having an Aquamare.
You're having an Aquamare.
Which is a different thing.
Yeah, but that, again, one of the major refits that they've gone.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to go up these stairs, and I said we kept going up and down a little bit.
Okay, now this is where I had my coffee.
Oh, is this where you went for it? I didn't know where you'd actually been for it.
Here, I went here and I sat on one of these. What would you call that? A bar stool?
Yeah. What else would you call it?
Well,
you could just go with seat.
I called something the other day. I called it a buffet.
I mean, it's technically a buffet, a bar stool, a seat, anything you want.
It's a buffet.
They have nibbles that you can get in here as well. So for me, this bit when we walked through, I got vibes of when we went into like the MSC.
You got vibes.
The yacht club type area.
All right, okay.
With like little nibbles in the bar
like
and
that.
the area to go sit outside. Again, lovely bit to go sit outside in there as well. There's a games room.
Nice.
There is a library as well. I don't think I went in the library when I won this. So imagine it's like that, but with books. That was the library element that I think I didn't go into.
Oh, my goodness.
But yeah, games room, nice, plenty of stuff within there. And we're going round now to a couple of the speciality restaurants.
Okay.
And your leather strap-on cushions.
Oh, they were great. I took a picture.
You did.
And it's so plush.
It is. I mean, people are going to see it in a second.
Okay.
The speciality dining's included. So every person who goes on board can book once into any of the specialities. But you can also go in again if there's availability. So you could technically go into Polo Grill 7 times on a 7-night cruise.
Well, you might be sitting with other people. You might need to share.
Yeah, I mean, that one of the bits that I think it was Spencer who was showing us around here. One of the bits that he said that if you're willing to go on a share table, look at you with your leather cushion, you can probably get in every night.
I just look at them straps.
Do you like that strap-on cushion?
It even had like a brass bar at the back. Wow. I never saw that on the day.
This area here, I think it was called Privé. And it's in between sort of the two restaurants because you've got the Polo Grill and then you've got the Tuscan one, which is where we're going into now. But that area there, you can pay a little bit more money and have it as a private party area.
Oh, yes, yeah, because me, Tristan and Justin, we were going. Oh, you could come as well. But...
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, we were.
You want using a table for 10 and just having the 3 of you? I did get an invite. I didn't see the menu for the Tuscan, did you? I know that we had something when we go downstairs from Tuscan, but I don't remember seeing the menu.
Let me think.
No. Lovely setting.
Yes.
Both this and the Polo Grill both had stunning views out because they're fairly narrow restaurants, so it really don't matter where you sit. You can have a nice window view as well.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to the rooms now.
We are. Going to have a look around the penthouse.
Wow.
So this is the first of the suite level that qualifies for going into the outside area that I mentioned, and other suite perks.
What I'd like, yes.
Now, apologies that it's a little bit of a rush tour compared to other ones, but there were a lot of people going in here.
Yeah, we've got Ken and Lindsay in.
Yeah. So when we eventually go on Oceania, there'll be a proper tour of whatever cabin we're going. Mm-hmm. What was your first impressions of this?
I thought it was very nice. I liked the walk-in wardrobe. I liked the bathroom. I thought it was beautiful. Again, all the furnishings were very nice. Look at those on the balcony. Look, they're as nice as our balcony furniture. And
the bathroom is apparently
Oh, my
exactly the same on. I'm going to say the standard balcony cabin, but
They're not
you know what I mean.
standard, are they?
In the entry level
Yeah.
veranda, that bathroom was apparently exactly the same.
with all the marble and the size and everything.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
we didn't get a chance to look around one. This was the only one we had a look in.
Yeah, it was
and
quite
someone was coming into
yeah.
this about an hour after us, so
Yeah.
that's why we were a little bit rushed. And
Yeah.
there was champagne in there, not for us.
No. But the thread count was beautiful. It was very high and very silky, very nice. Oh, it felt beautiful.
Those are those water bottles
Yeah.
that I mentioned. So when you're going out and about for during the day, then you just take them out with you,
Yeah.
which I thought's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
We're going to see your walk-in wardrobe.
Look at that. Now, I've got to say, the dressing gowns were a little bit... what's the word?
Not as plush.
Yeah, let's say that. And we've been on Sun Princess recently.
Which had incredible
And Ken and
plush
Lindsay have been recently on Queen Anne, and they had a feel as well, and they said they weren't as soft and plush. As,
But it could be just a little bit
They're not-
overused and washed.
yeah. They're more like a spa dressing gown than a fancy
They may not
suite.
reflect all of the plush dressing gowns on the ship.
No, maybe not.
This is the main dining room.
Oh, yes.
So we'll cut in a second so you can see what we had to eat in here.
We sat underneath that big candelabra.
The big candelabra. the huge
We sat under
candelabra.
Sandra.
We did.
The candelabra, it was very bright.
It was so bright.
I mean,
not everyone else has that issue.
no.
It doesn't go across the
I'm gonna
entire
say
restaurant.
It was too bright.
It was stunning though.
It's stunning, but very bright.
Yeah.
Very bright from a person from the north.
And when it was so grey outside.
Yeah.
So the menu that they did us for the day, we didn't get a choice other than for the main course where you could have either the steak, the fish, or the healthier option, the butter bowl. But we got something from the Polo Grill, Tuscan.
Yeah.
So the risotto was from Tuscan. Mm-hmm. And all the food was good quality.
Yeah.
Because it was a curated menu, it wouldn't necessarily be something that you would pick yourself. And for instance, the risotto was good, but we both said that the one in Eden, for instance, on Celebrity was better.
Oh, I have dreams about that risotto still.
And the Oceania is renowned for its food. Mm-hmm. So I think also our expectations were even higher.
Yes, because this was a very wet, saucy steak.
It was perfectly cooked.
Perfectly cooked, but it was sat with a sauce on creamed spinach with
It was like a
dauphinoise
nice little bath, wasn't it?
potatoes. It was.
I mean, you can see from your face of everything they had. It wasn't that we didn't enjoy them.
Yeah, it was
That's
just.
all.
It was very saucy.
Yeah. It had set up its own very high expectations by them talking about the food throughout the entire day and what we'd been told previously as well.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that we were let down by it or anything.
No.
It's just, I wouldn't have put that menu together for me if I were picking
Now
the
look at my
individual
face there.
courses.
I'm not happy there because that chocolate brownie was
The brownie
cold.
were cold. It was cold.
I was
brownie.
prepared for hot brownie.
And it wasn't a hot brownie in your
No.
mouth. But overall, as a first impression of the food, you knew that they were using quality ingredients.
Oh, yes.
You knew that you were, generally speaking, going to have a really great time if you were on this cruise ship from a food perspective.
But don't put me under that.
Under
Put me
the candelabra.
Don't put me under the candelabra.
No, I
can't
don't
even.
think.
What is wrong with me? The crystal thing. Don't
Yeah,
put me
don't
under.
put you under the big light.
Don't put me under.
Don't put Lindsay under the
bright
spotlight.
light.
Yeah. Anyway, back on the food. Good first impression. Would really like to sort of try it a little bit more because the fish that I had, which was
Your
from
fish
Red
was-
Ginger,
yeah.
was phenomenal.
I'd
be like, I've just been Red Ginger every night.
Yeah.
So that for me set the level as to where I think it would be, and I'd be really curious to see what it's like on
Yeah.
here. We're in what they all lovingly called, and I'm talking the crew on there. I don't think it was officially called this, but the Barbie Bar.
Yes.
Because it's quite pinky purple.
It's pinky in real life. It's lilac on the video, but it was more pinky.
It was a little bit more pinky, wasn't it?
And then we've got
casino. We're struggling with your words, then.
I was going to call them bandits. I just realised.
Slot machines.
I've gone
We called them bandits when we were kids.
I called it bandit when I had one in
Well, they were one-armed bandits, weren't they? 'Cause
in my house.
You used to have the sort of handle to pull on them. Long time since for those ones. The casino is very small. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't expecting it to have like a Royal Caribbean Oasis-style mega casino.
No.
But it were nice size, and it kind of had two little areas to it. It had like a slot machine area when you went through the other side of the bar, and then the main casino area in the other. The area that we're in here, this walkway, apparently is a main a main social hub just before dinner. So they said from like 5:30 till about 7:30, that's where people gather because you're going through to the main dining room.
Yeah.
But it has the bars there, and they have the quartet playing there.
Yes.
I suspect we'd be in this bar.
Which bar is this bar?
Martini bar.
Yes, we'd be in this bar.
It had a great menu. I had a look through it. And it had a pianist that plays in there as well. I'm guessing not at the same time as the quartet.
Okay.
But it is just down from that area, so that'd be where I'd go hang out. Maybe you could get a drink from there and walk down to the other area.
No, I'm going in there.
The central piece that we're in now, the main atrium, quite a small area.
Cosy, but
Cosy.
yeah, cosy. It was nice. It was lovely. It suited the ship.
It really did.
Yeah. And they had a string quartet that was a trio when we were on. So
They did. You'll see them later on. I don't know if they were a trio when I saw them again later on. I think they still were a trio. You're right. And one of them had obviously been at the Martini bar the night before.
oh no, let's not speculate.
Let's speculate.
No.
Going down onto deck 5 now. And you're into the area where you got another couple of specialty dining.
Yeah.
The main reception area. And your excursion area as well.
Yes.
Lovely mirror.
Oh, I never saw that.
And the main theatre.
Oh, I never went in here either.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
I'm positive that you did.
I went to the ladies.
Oh, you did, yeah. And then the doors had closed when you came out and you didn't think you could get in.
I wasn't in there that long. It just let's point that out. I was in there with Lindsay.
You were. And how do you rate the ladies? Were they good quality bathrooms?
And Steph, they were beautiful. It was all black and white monochrome marble, glitzy chrome. It was like we were in some fancy 1940s lounge.
Ooh, for very obvious reasons, with no footage of the bathroom, so we'll go with what you're taking on that.
They were very nice.
So, main theatre area, there was so much space between the seats. Normally, when you're in the theatres, and I asked Ken to just show me it, so thank you, Ken, for showing me that space. When you sat down, normally if someone wants to get past halfway through or arrive late, everyone has to stand up and you squeeze back. There was so much room in there. And again, really comfy plush seats.
Nice.
So apparently this has had a tweak in here, but not a massive refit or anything. And then sort of walking back out there. The theatre was a lot more impressive than I thought.
Yeah.
I imagined it was going to be much smaller. But having said that, there's 1,200 people on board. So it needs to be
accommodating.
And it looks a really nice one. Apparently they have sort of full ranging entertainment on there that you would expect on. They're not going to have the big Broadway productions because it's not that sort of theatre.
Yeah.
But really nice. Plenty of seating in here as well. And again, all really nice.
Yeah, beautiful. And the carpets were really plush as well. And you can see all the glitzy glass and absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and the area behind there where there's a lift, I think you see them towards the end of the video, which were glass lifts. And they had a glass roof. And you could look up, it was like being in Willy Wonka's elevator.
Yeah.
Nice little reception area.
Yeah.
Not much. You've seen one reception area, you've kind of seen them all, haven't you?
Yeah.
But we're going to have a walk down now to what would definitely, I can say without any doubt, having only tried one dish. Been my favourite restaurant on board on this ship,
Okay.
which is Red Ginger.
You liked it, didn't you?
I loved it. The shops are what you see on pretty much any ship. You've got sort of fancy boutique jewellery ones. You've got sort of the stuff that's got the merch from the ship, and you've got sort of usual run-of-the-mill stuff.
Yeah.
So nothing overly exciting. But this, so good.
Yeah.
And when you go in, I'm probably not doing it any favours by how it looks on it. It looked stunning as well.
Yeah.
Now, you saw it a little bit earlier on in the day, and they hadn't got it all laid out. So this is, I think, the first time you've seen it like this.
Wow. Wow.
And it's a decent size.
Yeah, there's not many windows, is there? But it's very nice.
Well, there's not really hardly any windows.
I don't know if I like the grey tablecloths, I'll be honest.
Do you know?
No.
What colour would you have gone with?
It's almost like 1980s boys' bedroom colours.
Okay.
You had a quilt cover with the same colours.
I did have a quilt colour with the same colour as that. Well remembered. Long time ago.
1980s boys' bedroom.
You can't remember the name of the Sandra Larber, but you can remember my bedroom from the 80s. Okay. Yeah, the menu, and bear in mind, these are included in your fare. Mm-hmm. I was so impressed with what the menu were in there. And I can see why a lot of people have said that that's their favourite restaurant on board. So I'd gone Oceania just to try that one. Beverage packages.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I said when we were talking about earlier, I'd come back to
well
it.
Done, well done.
Well, I knew that I would come to this bit, so I knew that I would remember. So you've got the elements that are included anywhere, which includes wine and other bits and pieces. Or you can pay an extra $30, I think it is, a day.
Okay.
And you upgrade to the Prestige Select, which
I'm doing that.
covers champagne, wine, cocktails.
Yes.
And you got some really good quality alcohol in there.
Top shelf, I think.
Very top shelf. Glass elevator.
I wonder if they had Don Julio 1942.
It may have done. You've got an obsession with that since you saw it in Costco the other week.
Yeah, but it was so good. The price was so good.
It was so expensive.
But still good, because we've seen it on ships. For
it was
money.
cheaper than we saw on the last ship that we're on. But still expensive for a bottle of tequila. For you to just mix into a margarita.
I was like, oh, should we get in? You were like, no. I was like, oh, go on. And you were like, no. I was like, such a good price. No.
I'm so mean, obviously. Just make you have normal quality margaritas.
I didn't want to put it in a margarita. I wanted to sip it.
Okay, I'll believe you. Next specialty restaurant.
I know what I wanted to do with it.
Jacques.
That's in Jacques the shop.
So Jacques, as you may guess, is a French restaurant.
Okay.
I mean, it could have been something different, but obviously it's not. And the portrait that we saw on the wall before we came in, that's the chef.
Yeah.
I don't think he cooks in there, but that's who it's named after.
Okay.
Again, really classy looking. More windows in this one.
I like windows.
And it was really good light in here as well.
I guess.
I mean, natural light coming through, it didn't feel as enclosed, and the roof felt higher.
Oh, I look to have been having a naughty conversation there with Tristan and Justin.
That sounds about right, doesn't it? But because it's got that sort of fake arches above for the roof seemed much higher.
Oh, yes,
in here,
yes.
even though it was the same height as the other ones. And you can see the menu
That's
there.
Cruise Boys, right?
That was the Cruise Boys that we could see, and Ken and Lindsay as well.
Yes.
You will have to pause on them because I went through that quite quick, so apologies. You couldn't read it quite on the phone, but
Jacques.
that's Jacques. You can use your pause button if you want to have a good look at the menu. And then you're walking down to the back of here, which is pretty much just a dead end. You'll see. In a
we
second.
love a dead end on the top.
I'm walking down. I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of art here, and then realised it were dead end, so used it as an excuse to show you where we are.
Okay.
But yeah, right at the sort of back of deck 5. So it only has really 2 lower decks where everything's on, which is deck 5 and 6. And they're all fairly central each end of it, you've got like either theatre or the speciality dining.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long to go either. I'd just like to point out.
It really doesn't.
No.
Despite the ship having sort of 1,200 people on it, you can get from one end to the other very, very quickly. And there's your quartet of a 3.
Trio.
It's a trio.
Yes.
And obviously just have the 3 chairs on as well. Well, that brings us up to the end of it, because that's us being booted off there.
Yes.
So thank you, Lind, and thank you to the channel members as well.
Thank you. Cheers, darling. Thank you for watching.